organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up next, some Iowa City locals are bringing awareness to the potential trigger effects of catcalling.
In our international student voices being heard, I take a look at that next.
Sunny skies and warmer temperatures. Find out in tonight's show if this weather will last.
The long wait is over for the fate of defensive end Drew Ott.
The NCAA's denial of his return next in sports.
Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday evening. I'm Andrew Roberts.
And I'm Keaton Fuller.
If you were hoping for a break in tuition, you may be disappointed. The Iowa legislature proposed a higher education budget Tuesday that could hike up the university's tuition. The tuition increase will affect all 3 of the state's public universities and 15 community colleges starting this fall.
With well over 4,000 international students, the University of Iowa has been seeing record numbers of students coming from overseas. But is it doing enough to make sure that these students' voices are heard and their presence welcomed? I look for the answer. Every year since 2007, the population of international students at the University of Iowa has grown. Currently, about 1 in 8 students at the university is an international student, and with more coming in each year, it raises the question, does the university have adequate resources to help them? Melissa Meisterheim, the Assistant Director of English as a Second Language, or ESL, programs at the university, feels that there are plenty of resources for these students.
Different departments and programs have collaborated to provide resources that the students and the scholars can use.
Melissa helps run Campus Conversation Partners, a program that pairs a new international student with the university staff or faculty member who helps them adjust to life in the States. For international student Easy Huang, the university was a big help in transitioning into the States.
Pretty good job for serving international students and scholars, especially for their service in immigration status.
There are plenty of resources for international students to reach out to. Easy argues that there's a cultural gap keeping these students from feeling like they have a voice on campus.
We are still a minority group, and I don't think our voice is that loud compared with native students.
The UI may have provided a variety of resources thus far, but it'll take more work to make sure that the voices of these growing number of students feel heard. Keaton Fuller, Daily Iowan TV.
A catcalling-free zone. All around Iowa City, signs are posted to warn against unwanted comments. An Iowa City group is raising awareness about street harassments such as catcalling as part of the National Anti-Street Harassment Week. Tuesday night, Iowa City held a chalk walk event where participants wrote slogans like "Hawks don't harass" or "Keep it cute" and put it in mute on a sidewalk near Public Library. Participants also told personal stories about real incidents of harassment. Organizers expressed their concerns about catcalling, stating that it could be a trigger for anyone who has experienced sexual violence.
A Des Moines restaurant classic is on its way to Iowa City and Coralville. Zombie Burger and Shake Lab is expanding. The owners announced Tuesday that it is also coming to Iowa City as well as the Coralville Mall. Coralville's location will be similar to the Jordan Creek Mall quick counter service. Iowa City's will be a hybrid of the original in Des Moines and a food court restaurant. It will be located on the corner of Burlington and Dubuque Streets. The Iowa City restaurant is set to open in late August, and the Coralville location will open in mid-September.
A sinkhole was discovered in the front lawn of a Des Moines home early Wednesday morning. Right now, it's measured at nearly 40 feet across. The sinkhole swallowed a tree in the front lawn, and officials are still monitoring it.
Well, Andrew, walking around campus today, it was absolutely gorgeous.
Keaton, it was great outside today, and hopefully that'll keep up. But to find out more, we'll toss it over to Melanie Taylor in the weather studio. Melanie?
That's right, Keaton and Andrew. It has been gorgeous today. I think it is safe to say that spring is officially here because the rest of this week looks even better than today. Thursday morning temperatures will be a 58-degree high and mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will heat up to 65 degrees in the afternoon and the skies will stay clear. Thursday night's temperature will be 55 degrees with a clear sky once again. Taking a look at our extended forecast. Friday's high is 72 degrees with a low of 49 and mostly sunny sky. Saturday warms up even more with a 74 high and 51 degree low. Sunday looks similar with a 73 degree high and 54 degree low. Monday temperatures are at 68 degrees and Tuesday temps are at 65 degrees. These sunny skies continue through the weekend and into next week. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more sun the rest of this week, but this time of year hasn't always been full of clear skies. 10 years ago today, Iowa City was hit with the F2 tornado that destroyed several homes, companies, and a church. Tune into Thursday's show for a story from Becca Scadden on the tornado's 10-year anniversary. That's all for now from the Weather Studio. Back to you, Keaton and Andrew.
Despite being the #2 party school in the country, alcohol arrests have seen a major drop here at the university. Officials are thinking the 43% decrease is due to the change in patrolling efforts. Patrol officers are no longer going inside the bars, and new policies are being placed around the Kinnick Stadium. Officials set goals to increase high-risk drinking across campus because it, quote, affects the culture of the university and even students who choose not to drink.
Over 1 million plastic bags are used per minute worldwide. Reporter Brooke Balla takes a look at the consumption of plastic bags on the University of Iowa campus.
Here you go. Have a good one. Thank you.
Everywhere you go on campus, you are likely to see a student carrying a bright yellow plastic bag. The University of Iowa bookstore carries large amounts of these plastic bags to be distributed daily. Plastic bags on campus are extremely easy to obtain but hard on the environment. 90% of the debris in our oceans is plastic. In the United States, 100 billion plastic bags are landfilled each year, and this causes toxic chemicals to enter into the soil.
Many times, students can't help but use these plastic bags to carry their newly bought supplies in. But students can't help the environment by choosing to recycle instead of throwing these plastic bags into the garbage.
The Director of Sustainability at Iowa says if students have to use plastic bags, they should remember to recycle them because plastic bags are a
waste of resources, for bags to go unused or unrecycled or landfilled.
One UI student values the convenience of using plastic bags over the effects plastic bags have on the environment.
I think ultimately they are bad for the environment, but personally I wouldn't say that it really affects me.
Whether you value the convenience of plastic bags or not, try to replace plastic bags with reusable bags on Earth Day and every day to help the environment. Brooke Balla, Daily Iowan TV.
Tuesday morning, the Iowa City Fire Department responded to a fire at the Laundromania on Muscatine Road. The fire came from a group of dryers in the back of the laundromat. The building sprinkler system helped contain the fire until the fire department arrived. Other businesses in the building experienced mild smoke damage, and thankfully no one was injured. The cause of the fire is still being investigated.
Iowa City police arrested 12 people in a prostitution and human trafficking sting on Tuesday. Investigators posted an online advertisement that lured the individuals to the police. The men and women were arrested after some offered to pay for sex acts and others tried to offer sex acts for payment. Sergeant Scott Gard said the goal of the operation was to stop the spread of human trafficking. All 12 people arrested face 1 count of prostitution and could spend up to 2 years in prison.
A new Iowa City elementary school will welcome students in the fall of 2019. Hoover Elementary began construction on March 29th and will serve more than 500 students. The new $14 million elementary school will be located near the intersection of American Legion and Barrington Road. According to the Iowa City School Board President Chris Lynch, the construction of the new school is part of the school district's 10-year facilities plan.
Well, Andrew, today was definitely a sad day for Hawkeye sports.
Certainly was. It will be very upsetting not to have Drew Ott back on the football team next year, but spring sports are still going on, and to hear more about that, we've got Holly Reimer and Jordan Maloney in the sports studio. Guys?
Thanks, guys. A very sad day for Iowa football, and even more frustrating as the NCAA waited just 2 weeks before the draft to give Drew Ott his fate.
defensive end closed his Iowa career with 15.5 sacks and 26 tackles for loss. Taylor Brooks is standing outside the Iowa football complex and gives us more on the final decision.
Thanks, Jordan and Holly. The timing couldn't have been worse for Drew Ott. Just 2 weeks before the NFL draft, an answer came, but not the answer that Drew Ott wanted. After tearing his ACL in the 6th game of the season and missing the remainder of the 8, plus limited playing time before that from a dislocated elbow, the Big Ten approved the 5th year for Ott. But then it was in the hands of the NCAA. After an initial denial, Ott did appeal to the committee, and after 5 long months, Ott's dreams and hopes of continuing to play for Iowa were finally denied by the NCAA.
It's really disappointed for Drew. Drew's just done such a great job here. And, that's a tough thing, tough situation. If you look back last fall, how he handled going through some injuries and what happened after he was injured, taken out of the field of play, just how he upped his investment with our football team, upped his leadership, and I didn't think that was possible, but he did.
Very thankful for the coaches and everyone here, help with my rehab and things like that. So I'm very thankful for Hawkeye Nation staying with me, and it's been a lot of fun.
Reporting outside the Iowa football complex, Taylor Brooks, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
It's definitely a tough situation, and Ott doesn't have very much time before the NFL draft to get ready at all.
I can't imagine being in his shoes, and I'm sure the football team's really going to miss him. But moving on to some happier news, the men's gymnastics NCAA championships are right around the corner.
Just as we thought championship season was ending, it's all happening all over again in competitive fashion.
Taylor Brooks plays double duty on this Wednesday and met up with the Iowa men's gymnastics team on Tuesday with a scoop on their competitors and what their mindset is.
With the NCAA championships just 2 days away in Columbus, Ohio, the number 7 Iowa men's gymnastics team will most likely have to get through number 6 Illinois to get to that second session on Saturday.
We have kind of a tough task. We got to beat out Illinois pretty much to get in the second day. So we're just focusing on little details because that's what we need to do to beat them out.
Heading into this with the same mentality of we got to get there into the second day and come in top 3 in our session. But it's what we've been working towards literally for a year straight now.
I mean, we've made it 2 out of 3 years as a team, which I didn't know was going to happen in my whole life. So it's exciting coming here and being able to do that and show what we're capable of.
We've had 1 All-American last year with Jack Bowen and Highbar. We've got a plethora of kids now that have the potential to do that, especially with the new format. So we've gone to a 2-day format as opposed to a 3-day prelims, team finals, individual finals. So everything occurs on Friday now. So getting the team in essentially means everybody gets to be in that finals opportunity.
I want to try to All-American on a couple events. That's the goal. Rings and Highbar, but we'll see. It's going to be a little harder this year just because of the formatting.
Individually, just do the best I can. If I get somewhere good on All-American or something, then that's just a bonus.
Reporting inside the field house, Taylor Brooks, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
On Sunday, we will have the completed statistics from that NCAA championship meet.
It was another non-conference win for the Iowa baseball team on Tuesday night, and this time against the Air Force Academy.
The win put Iowa at that 500-win mark for the first time this season at 15-15 on the year.
Iowa 6-0 going into the bottom of the 6th before Tyler Payton singled to center field on an error to score Austin Guzzo. Iowa within 5.
The Bat Magic continued into that inning after Robert Newstrom triples and Eric Skank-Jablinski doubles to cut the lead 6-4.
The bottom of the 7th inning was no different as Payton was at it again with an RBI ground out to score Corbin Woods. And suddenly, we're all tied up.
Iowa goes on to score 3 more times to put them up 9-6 and take home the comeback victory from Dwayne Banks Field.
It was just about the same thing over at Bob Pearl Field for Iowa softball team.
A 6-run 4th inning put the Hawkeyes past the in-state Northern Iowa Panthers.
The final score of that game, 6-3, Iowa, to put the team at 10-26 on the season. That's all for me and Holly in the sports studio.
Andrew and Keaton, back to you.
That's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between now and Sunday. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Keaton Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Roberts. Have a good night.